In a small village surrounded by thick forests and towering mountains, there lived a hunter named Ethan. He was strong, skilled, and known for his ability to track animals through the densest woods. His father had been a hunter, and his grandfather before him. Hunting was in his blood, and he believed it was his destiny. Ethan had one problem: his habits. Though he was talented, he was careless. He would wake up late, ignore his training, and often take shortcuts. Instead of sharpening his arrows, he would use old, blunt ones. Instead of practicing his aim, he would sit under a tree, daydreaming. The village elders warned him that bad habits would lead him to trouble, but he ignored them. One day, the chief of the village called for him. "Ethan," the chief said, "we have a problem. A great beast has entered our land. It destroys our crops, hunts our animals, and frightens our people. We need a brave hunter to track it down." Ethan smiled with pride. "Leave it to me, chief. I will bring the beast down." The chief nodded. "But be careful. This is no ordinary animal. It is fast, smart, and dangerous. You must prepare well." Ethan promised he would, but deep down, he felt overconfident. He thought, "I have been hunting my whole life. I don't need extra practice." Instead of sharpening his weapons, he went to the village square to boast about his mission. Instead of studying the beast's tracks, he spent his time resting. Instead of making a plan, he assumed he would figure it out when the time came. The next morning, he set out into the forest. The air was cool, and the trees whispered with the wind. He walked confidently, looking for signs of the beast. Soon, he found footprints, large and deep. His heart pounded with excitement. "This will be easy," he thought. Following the tracks, he reached a dark cave. He knocked an arrow onto his bow and stepped inside. His hands trembled slightly, but he ignored the feeling. As he moved deeper, he suddenly heard a deep growl. From the shadows, the beast emerged. It was massive, twice the size of any animal Ethan had ever seen. Its eyes glowed in the darkness, and its sharp teeth gleamed like knives. Ethan pulled back his bowstring and released the arrow. But instead of flying straight, it curved off course and hit the cave wall. His arrows were dull because he hadn't sharpened them. The beast roared and charged at him. Ethan reached for another arrow, but his hands fumbled. He had neglected his training, and now his skills were failing him. He turned to run, but he tripped over a rock. The beast loomed over him, ready to strike. Just as it pounced, Ethan rolled to the side and grabbed a fallen branch. He swung it wildly, surprising the beast for a moment. Then, using all his strength, he scrambled out of the cave and ran. For the first time in his life, Ethan felt true fear. He realized he had made a terrible mistake. His bad habits had put him in danger. If he had trained properly, prepared his weapons, and respected his mission, he would not have been in this situation. Back in the village, he arrived out of breath and ashamed. The people gathered around him, expecting victory, but his face told them the truth. "I failed," he admitted. "I was careless. I was lazy. I thought I could rely on my skills alone, but I was wrong." The chief placed a hand on his shoulder. "It is not your failure that defines you, Ethan. It is what you do next." Ethan understood. He had been given a second chance. That day, he changed. He woke up early, trained harder, and respected his craft. He practiced his aim every morning, sharpened his arrows daily, and studied the beast's behavior. Weeks later, he returned to the forest, this time, truly prepared. He tracked the beast again, but this time, he did not rush. He moved carefully, studying its movements, predicting its attacks. When he finally faced it again, he was ready. His arrows flew true, his aim was steady, and his mind was sharp. After a long battle, he defeated the beast. When he returned to the village, victorious, the people cheered. But Ethan did not celebrate too much. He had learned an important lesson: his habits had shaped his future. And from that day forward, he made sure his habits were worthy of his destiny. The chief smiled at him. "You see, Ethan? Strength alone does not make a great hunter. Discipline does." Ethan nodded. He knew now that every small action mattered. Success was not about luck, it was about the choices made every day. And so, he continued to live by this lesson, teaching others the same. Because in the end, he had learned the truth: your habits define your future.